Hello there guys, welcome back to another short online tutorial. Today we're based in Adobe Photoshop and it's Jack from Blue Sky Graphics. What I'd like to do today guys is show you how to create this cool effect within Adobe Photoshop using a culmination of tools ranging from layer masking all the way through to brushes. And what I want to do is show you the step-by-step process of how to create such an amazing cool effect like so. And then obviously I want you to go and create your amazing ideas and designs. Okay, so what I have is the original image open up on another tab, as you can see. And if you remember from our original design that I showed you, there was a black and white tone to our image. And I'd like to apply that to our image here. So with the layer highlighted, what I'm going to do is come to Image, Adjustments, and desaturate the image. Fantastic. Now, what I also need to do is duplicate this whole layer. There is a shortcut to do that. That is Command J on Mac or Control J on Windows. And as you can see now, I've got a whole duplicate of the layer. I'm going to use my lasso tool and make a very loose selection around our friend here. Because what I want to be using soon is our content aware fill option. Wonderful. So yeah, like I said, what I'd like to do is using our content aware fill is I'd like to use the artificial intelligence to use these pixels, which are situated outside of my selection, and I want them now to be inside of my selection. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to fill and have the options of using content aware fill. Now this may take a couple of seconds for Photoshop to work it out and implement the right selection, but Rome wasn't built in a day. So we need to wait for our masterpieces to be created. Okay, so now I'm going to deselect by pressing the shortcut Command D on Mac or Control D on Windows. Fabulous. And let's swap our layers around like so. So we're in a really good place now. Now, what I'll need to do is add a layer mask to our image layer. So we're going to come to our layer mask option like so and apply a layer mask. Now, on the layer mask, as you can see, everything is white. So therefore, everything on this image is showing. I don't want it to be showing. I want it to be black. So with the layer mask highlighted on the layer, I'm simply going to press the shortcut Command I on Mac or Control I on Windows to invert the mask, like so. Now, what I need to do is build our brush. Because what we want to do is bring back that sort of like jaggedy look and stuff like that. We're going to do that through our brushes. Okay, so what first I want to do is build our brush. So what I'm going to do is come over to our brush tool, like so. Let's bring the size of this down. Add a new layer here. And I'm just going to create a very simple looking shape, like so. Okay, now using my eraser tool, I'm going to come through and start erasing some of this options, like so. Bit about here, let's say. Okay, and here is my brush. So I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller by pressing Command T or Control T on Windows, and there is my brush stroke. Fabulous. Now, how do I save this actually as a brush stroke? Okay, with the layer highlighted, what you need to do is go to Edit, Define Brush Preset here. So it'll come up. We can name it anything you want. Let's call it the sample brush 1. Okay, and there's my brush saved for me. So if we now come back to our design, what I need to do is make a selection around our friend. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I have the image part of the layer highlighted, and I'm going to use the object selection tool. We're going to say select subject, and you'll notice that the dashed lines here is the selection of our friend within the image. Going to make sure you go back onto the layer mask option of the layer. Fantastic. And I'm going to start to use my brush. So as you can see here, if we come right to the bottom now, we have our brush saved there like so. What I want to do is I want to actually manipulate the brush a little bit. So I want to go to Window, and we're going to go to Brushes, which is situated out here. And I'm just going to manipulate the spacing of the brush like so. Maybe bring the size down and give it a little rotation. Okay. I need to be using the color white as my foreground color because we want to be bringing the image back. And then now what you can start to do is start to paint over the areas that you'd like to bring back. And as you can see, be very light with the brush. You can create that effect. I'm going to deselect by pressing Command D on Mac or Control D on Windows. And what I'm going to do now is really start to play with the adjustment layers also as well. So we're going to come here. Let's add a bit of brightness to this image. There we go, fantastic. I may even come over now, add a curves adjustment layer also as well, and just manipulate the curves a tad just to bring up the brightness, like so. And there you go, guys. That is how to create that effect. If you're interested in finding out more about Blue Sky Graphics, please don't hesitate in visiting our website at blueskygraphics.co.uk. Also take a look at our Instagram page. There's some really cool work on there by our very talented students at Blue Sky Graphics UK. And also take a look at our website for weekly tutorials that are coming out, ranging from Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, Elementor, some really cool ideas for you to implement within your graphic design lives. Take care, guys, and I'll see you next time.